So the distributors are like the unsung heroes really of the industry, I think, because they do a lot of the legwork. So basically taking products from the manufacturer and taking them into the warehouse, pricing them accordingly, selling them into the market and growing their channel.
That's a bit simple, but there's
a lot more in
there's
between.
a lot more to it than that.
You talk to any brand, really the best thing they can ever do is probably do consistent social media content and advertise to sort of to amplify what they're already talking about on social media. You amplify that and that gets you traction. What I remember you doing quite well compared to everybody else in the early days was building your personal brand.
When I was made VP, it was doing 38 million. Within 3 years, it was doing 130 million.
Yeah.
You'd have to be talking to your customers. You'd have to be putting videos. Like, I've just been to see, I'm out for dinner with these. We're talking that has to happen now. And I think it's really hard to do that if you are not prepared to put yourself out there. Hi, and welcome to another amazing episode of Evolution Media Podcast. And today we have a very special guest, John Atherton, Director of CI Distribution.
Thank you, Jake.
I feel like it should be like that when we do this bit. I'll do it for you.
We need the sound, don't we? Like we need a little button.
Thanks, Beck.
So I guess for people who don't know who you are, probably best to give us a little bit of a background of what you do.
Okay. 34 years in IT.
Wow.
Obviously got a young face, but yeah, 34 years. Entertech, as you well know.
Yes, we worked there together.
We worked there together.
I worked for you.
Many years ago. From there, I had a stint at Exertis.
Yeah.
And then over the last 9-10 years, I've been working at CI Distribution.
And so for people who don't know, so a distributor is, there's various distributors, but in the sense of what you were doing and what I did for a while was distributing other brands' products into the market via a channel. So a channel would be a reseller who could be a retailer like Currys, or it could be, Scan, who is an online retailer. So basically taking products from the manufacturer and taking them into the warehouse, pricing them accordingly, selling them into the market and growing their channel.
That's a bit simple, but there's
a lot more in
there's
between.
a lot more to it than that.
I'm trying to simplify it for anyone who doesn't know anything about distribution. Do you know anything? We talk about
Is it
this.
like one of those like distribution for dummies books? That's what we're doing.
Or dummies go into distribution. I don't know which way round it is. No,
Nice
but
one.
so
It's a vendor, a manufacturer overseas, based in the UK, that wants to go through a clean channel. And that word channel means that they have a process on who they go through and where their product is sold. So it's vendor, manufacturer, they appoint a distributor, like CI Distribution, who then represent them in the UK and Ireland and some other regions as well. And we sell to the reseller network.
Yeah.
And then the reseller network, which could be e-tailer, retailer, shop, SMB, enterprise, MSP, those type of resellers.
A lot of acronyms in our industry in there.
Sold to the end user.
Yeah. So, and then I guess in terms of vendors, the likes of Asus, Fujitsu, Razer, Panasonic.
Correct.
So brands that people will know, they don't go and knock on Curry's door and go, "Hi, can you stop this?" They usually go through a distributor. So the distributors are like the unsung heroes really of the industry, I think, because they do a lot of the legwork. Having worked in both, the vendor and the distributor, it's a hard job. It's hard to make money as well.
It can be. It obviously depends on the products that you take, but hopefully as a business you take a blend of products where obviously the well-known brands, some of those that you've mentioned, are, sold within the UK, sold through retail, sold through the various channels. They do command a lower margin for distribution. But there are other vendors out there where we make more money.
Yeah, I know you are making money. We know that. And I guess probably what's quite good to go through today, some of the things that I find, I learned a lot in distribution where it came to marketing. Because I would work with a brand and they would, or whoever it might be, and they would want to sell more products in the market. I get paid off selling more of their products in the market, but then their marketing wouldn't necessarily align to what I was trying to do. So that was like, okay, why are people talking to me about marketing? Why do I need to do marketing? What do we need to do to make this? Because we launched quite a lot of new brands, like in the time, brands that never existed, brought them in, buy a container. John would be on my case going, when's this all going to sell? And we'd have to help the brand, the vendor, understand what they needed to do to market the products. But also to get those vendors in, we had to market the distributor to them. So it's kind of like you've got your channel marketing, which is like your brand, your business marketing.
Yeah.
And then you've got your marketing that you need them to do at the other end for the products to sell.
Yes.
So I learned a lot quite quickly.
And it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
You worked for me, 18 years ago?
Yeah.
As a very young man.
I was 10. I was 10 years old, wasn't I?
Yeah. So
cycled to work, packed lunch.
That's it. You still got a packed lunch.
Yeah, I still get one. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, though, that today, especially from consumer space, that has changed.
Yeah.
Hasn't it? Totally. It's all social media now. It's TikTok.
Yeah.
It's even LinkedIn, all sorts. So consumer side, I can see people like Evo Media are needed now, especially with overseas vendors, manufacturers that want to get a footprint in the UK. They need to utilise a media company like you to to get that name out there.
Yeah, because I think when we were 18 years ago, it was very different. So
it was telephone or it was email.
Yeah, and the end customer would go to an event maybe and see new products, or they would read a magazine that would have reviews of products in it, or there'd be a website they'd go on where someone would have taken some photos and written up an article.
Can you remember the magazine?
That's what they did. Can you believe that? That's how we actually found out about products.
But can you remember the IT magazines that were for retail back then?
No.
So in consumer land for like console,
remind me.
It was there were magazines called, I think it was called Crash. I think it was
Crash.
Yeah, and
they're not going still now.
Micromart was a big one.
Micromart was a massive one. So there's PC Gamer. There was. I do remember him. Yeah, we did work with him at points. I think we did bits, but yeah. So you found out about products really differently, and it was a lot slower.
Yeah.
So you would be able. It would take longer to build up interest on a product, and so you'd launch a product and go, oh, okay, hopefully everyone buys it. And actually they wouldn't to start with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't. Unless they're riding a wave already of some really good product releases, that product would sit there, no one would know about it. Then you'd be saying, right, we need to get a review. That's it, wouldn't it? Get more reviews. So you'd have to send it out, they review it.
Push them to do it. Get reviews.
Get reviews, Jay. You need more reviews. But you would get reviews done and then they would be write-ups. And you buy banner space. Bannering on certain websites. If they were popular tech websites, you'd have a banner on there with the product or a site takeover or whatever, or an email would go out. And that was really the start. And I think fast forward to now, the landscape's completely changed.
Yes.
It's faster. People want more authenticity. And it's all done via social media. I don't think you talk to any brand, really the best thing they can ever do is probably do consistent social media content and advertise to sort of to amplify what they're already talking about on social media. You amplify that and that gets you traction. So anyone entering the market now, you've got to spend a decent amount of money, but you've got to spend it in the right place.
And you do that for all your customers now,
we do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So we work with a number of brands in the channel still. And we do their marketing, and we see like it takes when you launch around 12 months for them to really start to pick up.
Yeah.
But that period, if they're not doing it, they're just sat there going, what's going on? And you're like, well, no one knows who you are just because you think everybody knows who you are. And you might be known in other countries really well. That's the other thing. Sometimes they're a massive brand in another country, but it means nothing necessarily in the UK.
And most
they can't rinse and repeat what they've done in other countries either. Like, especially with the UK, like as a market, we are a bit of like a weird place. And as when it comes to consumers, you see trends in other areas and other countries that mirror each other.
Right.
But within the UK, we are particularly annoying and difficult to sell to.
Difficult to convince.
We don't like being sold to. So you have to do it in a really soft, lovely way that makes them think that they've done all the hard work.
Gotcha.
So it is a really different tactic, and it takes a while sometimes when brands are big in different countries and then they come over here and they just want to rinse and repeat tactics from where they're already having a great success, and it doesn't work and you have to restructure it for the UK market, which is always an interesting thing to do. But I think one thing that will always stand out and will always be there is those reviews.
Yeah.
Like they're still super important now, but it's the more authentic ones. Like we've spoken about it before on here, about when, people pay to get people to review stuff and it isn't authentic and it's really obvious and you get the same actors doing it.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Reviewing is like a lot of the time it's pay to play.
Yeah.
But I think now if you get 1,000 or 100 end customer reviews of your products, all 5-star, that's now probably more powerful than anything that anyone will write. But yeah, so one of the things reason why I wanted you on here actually was because...
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. You owe me 50. No. No, you're sort of what I remember you doing quite well compared to everybody else in the early days was building your personal brand in the channel and being very strong on making sure the company was marketed quite heavily. So how did you figure that out, and what did you focus on to do that? Because Enter was like not really known in the beginning, right? It was and it wanted to be taken a lot more seriously. And I feel like you were the forefront of that.
Well, a lot of effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like everything, isn't it? You've got to have a plan. You've got to have a strategy. And you've got to have a purpose in doing it. And I realised back then, little old Enter Tech had to make a play. And I chose at the time, because obviously originally we were selling Chinese cases, Chinese keyboards, Taiwanese.
You can't
Young
say
Yang,
Chinese.
Chaconi.
Yeah.
Some brands that we know today, but ultimately they were unknown, but they were cheap.
Yeah.
And they were good products.
And good profit.
But I knew quite quickly that new brands would be coming in that would be bigger and better. So I decided to go down the gaming path because that started to take off back in the 90s, PC gaming. Not console.
No.
PC gaming.
Nah.
And I made the effort to go to the events, whether that be CES, that would be Computex. And, to date, I've been to both probably at least 20 times each. I still do it now.
It's a chore, isn't it?
Oh, it's terrible.
It's terrible. Going to Taiwan and to Las Vegas. Yeah. I hate it.
I hate it. Yeah. The flight is horrible. But you have to put that effort in. And the big thing that I did, and hopefully he doesn't mind me mentioning his name. Back then there was I'm still in touch with Simon today, but Simon Meredith was the editor of CRN.
Yeah.
And that's still today's obviously a very important publication for our channel, for our industry.
Very highly regarded.
Yes,
yeah.
of course. And obviously I'm a judge as well on the CRN
You are
Awards.
now,
I just thought I'd just, throw that in there. And I realised then, because I was only a young man of 21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
Like you only 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I had to work on, and don't be afraid to take advice.
Yeah.
So I approached Simon and he agreed to, on a retainer, to support me and help me raise my profile.
Yeah.
So, some of my thanks has to go to Simon for that advice. And it was tough advice to start with. You've got to get out, you're a young man, but you've got to be seen at events.
Yeah.
You've got to go out with your vendors. You've got to support your big customers. You've got to go to these exhibitions around the world. Excuse me. And you got to do the press releases. You got to do the chats,
the press thing was really, you did a lot of press releases where, and it would be, Enter obviously as a company has its own branding, but it was very much like you were the brand you became the brand of the company. So they were dealing with, it'd be, I guess, your face first really. Which made it easier for us to navigate waters because someone's got to be, I think we had this discussion the other week about, in fact, I got asked this question at a talk I did down the road, and I said, "Oh, well, the brand, the company needs to be," and then someone went, "Well, really, it's probably going to be the leader. Whoever the leader is needs to be the face, and you need to have a face that people resonate with and understand who they are, because people buy people, they don't buy logos.
Yes.
Unless it's Nike.
We talk about this a lot, don't we, with every single one of our clients about it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you need to get in front of the camera and tell your story and make people buy into you, because whatever reason you're doing this is your differentiator. Like, your products will have differentiators as well, but ultimately, if you care about certain things, then they will buy into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were doing PR, you're going to the awards, you're going to events. So we want to start that bit again.
Has that ever happened before?
No.
Can we leave that in?
Caught on it, and
I
was
think
like, oh,
I wish I had a
no.
camera on him.
Could you get some jeans that fit you as well? Because I can see parts of your body I didn't really want to see. Okay.
Those headphones are a liability.
Put them down. Don't right.
Right, start again. Jesus.
So you're doing PR, you're doing going to the awards and entering into the awards.
Yeah.
And you would, so back then it wasn't like you wouldn't be stood in front of a camera, because that would have been a weird thing then. I think it was more like being photographed at events and having comments from you, and bits written up in all the publications that went out everywhere. Being on the stage, being visible, even just being nominated for awards is quite a good one, because you maybe won't win it for a little while.
Doesn't matter.
But your name's
Get
being
your name
called
up
up
in
there.
lights.
Yeah.
People remember it.
Yeah. Oh, they keep coming up. Oh,
That's
they.
a success. You know,
Yeah.
I say to, even today, you know, if you're in a position where you want to put a submission in for an award, do it. Doesn't matter if you don't win.
Yeah.
Just, you know, do the effort, put the legwork in, put it in, because you're going to
Good advice.
hopefully you'll get shortlisted.
Don't start nodding at me.
And
Becca, bless her, has to write them. So I go, go on, apply for that. She goes, I don't know what I'm doing with this one. But she's really good at it, actually.
We won one.
Yeah, we
The
won
first one I wrote, we won.
Yeah.
there you go.
But it is that, like, we would apply and get there and go, well, we're not going to win this. But you just don't know.
No.
You probably know because you're on the fucking judging, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Apart from that, yeah.
No, we don't.
So the awards was key, getting PR stuff written up, and then just building on that, because you've
out there.
like you've built that brand,
Yeah.
and you're doing the same things now at CI.
Yes,
You-
that's correct.
You,
Yeah.
And a lot of it I see quite a bit. There's your face pops up in quite a lot of things.
It's an old picture, though. I'm sorry about that, everybody, but I didn't get an up to date. That picture was like taken in.
It's like my
15 years ago.
WhatsApp photo, mate.
I've got pictures of you. with hair.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's what his WhatsApp photo is. I told him it's catfishing.
I'm about 10 years older than that. It actually isn't. I've aged that much, probably about 5 years. But yeah, so doing the awards, getting your name out there, and then I guess now with CI, it's more social media led, because I see you on LinkedIn quite a lot.
Yes.
And it will be just commenting or congratulating or need to meet up
Every
with you
day.
soon.
Every day.
Yeah.
But I do it.
15 minutes a day.
15-minute man, where is he?
But I do it for genuine reasons.
You
I don't-
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't now just go on because I need to do it. I go on because I enjoy LinkedIn. I enjoy that platform. I think it is changing a little bit into a bit of a Facebook, and that's probably another conversation. But there are people on there that I've known for 20, 30 years. Some people now at my age, there's people retiring.
I've seen a
and
few of
people-
them recently.
Yeah, I know. So, and you know, that's quite sad because they go back to
20
when I
odd
was-
years.
Yeah, and plus 30 years.
Mr.
So, yeah,
What's his name? He retired Spire.
John Appleton.
Mm.
Yeah. So I
Just
remember
this week, 26 years ago, was it, or something? You met with
I
him?
remember selling to those Chinese cases,
Yeah.
those young yangs, YY, and we still have a laugh and
The
joke
big
about
YY.
it now. Yes. I dealt with John back in 1992.
Yeah.
Was you even born then, Becca?
No, I'm 97.
Wow.
I'm old.
So you're-
Sorry, I'll be quiet. I'll go back to being quiet over
I think Jurassic Park came out in 1992. But feels like
It did. I
only
watched
live a
it
day.
the other day.
Feels like they only live a day. But it's nice, like people like him now who've gone through their career,
Yeah.
and built up a business, worked really
Fantastic.
hard,
Yeah,
and then
did
they've
really well.
they've sold up and retired. It's lovely to see
Yeah, it is.
people who really deserve it go a long way.
Yeah.
I'm sure whenever that day might come from you, people will be very happy for you as well.
Yeah, they probably will be happy when I retire, but for a different reason. No, but that time, is on my mind. I'm at that age now where, I'm thinking about when, rather than
Never.
if and never. So I don't think it's too far away, but I'm not going to let the cat out the bag yet.
No.
That'll have to be in one of the magazines, I think.
You need to do a farewell. We'll do your interview for you, your final interview of like your press release, your statement. We'll produce it. We'll do
Done.
it.
I'll sign to that.
Yeah, we'll do that, mate. So what advice? I guess it's probably interesting to talk a little bit about the journey, right? So people always get blown away by numbers, don't they? But in terms of what you contributed and built with the team that you had, Enter did fantastic. From what's the story like? How did it work?
Well, obviously I worked there for a long time, and sadly, as we all know, I had to leave there for sad reasons, as we all know. And
corruption. There was nothing to do with us.
No,
we were squeaky clean.
But but when I look back, when I was made VP of the business, it was doing 38 million. Within 3 years, it was doing 130 million.
Yeah, not a bad story.
Yeah, not bad.
Need that little clapper button again.
but I was the face.
Yeah,
and obviously.
But that's what we've just been talking about, right?
I took the plaudits, and there's a lot of well dones on that. But it's the team. It was people like you.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't know if you were working there then.
I was,
sure.
yeah.
I was
Pretty sure I was.
But thankfully, and I'm very lucky that 99% of the staff that I used to work with back then, I'm still in contact with today.
Yeah,
you're one of many, and I'm just so proud of people like you, Jake, and others that have develop their own business, their entrepreneurial skill that you've, that perhaps I influenced you on. I'm not too sure.
Who knows?
But
no, you did. Yeah, I think you had I think the structure there makes me laugh now because I go into business.
It was a strong team, wasn't it?
It was a very strong team. If you
weren't
look
gonna
at
swear then, were you?
Yeah, it was a fucking strong team. But it was like I went off to do Corsair. Right, they were at 22 million, 60 odd million when I left. I don't know what they're doing now. No.
Billions, aren't they?
No, in the UK this was. But then you've got like Brad, who went on, who worked with me for a time. He ran Steel Series for a while.
Yeah.
Then he's gone to what's the brand he's at now? Sorry, Brad, if you watch this.
Brad. Is it? It's not Courageous, is it?
Oh God,
they do keyboards.
They do really cool stuff.
Yes.
I'm a bit
we'll edit it in.
But they're growing really, really quickly as well. He's doing a really good job there. And there's a lot of others we can talk. I can keep going. So sorry anyone I've missed. But
Jason, Vivid.
Jay at Vivid, yeah, he's done well. Who else is there that I know who's gone on to have good careers? Everyone's had good careers, I think. But the team was it was quite a cutthroat, wasn't it? You had to perform. But people either did or they didn't. But the knowledge was there, the wealth of knowledge was there, how it was done.
Team ethic, wasn't it?
I think I learned loads there that when I went into the next role, it was easier. It was an easier job because it was like, well, you don't do this, you don't do that. These are like basics, I felt like.
You were pushed, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were driven and pushed.
Yeah.
We didn't want people just to come in for a job.
Yeah.
We wanted people that wanted a career.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference.
There is, yeah. Yeah.
It's great working 9 to 5, and obviously,
some people that's what you should do.
Yeah, it's very important to have a that home and that business life. But at a young age, you need to push yourself and drive yourself individually to gain and just to rise. Be the cream of the crop.
Yeah, you've got to work at sometimes you have to be turning the lights off and turning them off.
Yeah.
At night for everyone, you know what I mean? Turning them on and off, because otherwise you're not going to get there. The reality is someone else will be working harder than you.
Correct.
They'll be learning quicker and they'll be moving faster.
Yeah.
And I think that's brutal, but it's so true. The other thing you did, which I think it's the same now, it's quite kind of a given in a lot of the distributors, is having a marketing department and actually going to the vendors or the manufacturers and saying, well, we've got some ideas of how we can help you sell your products. and putting together plans for them, and then buying into that, which then accelerates your growth as a business. Hopefully there's some profit in between. So it's like a mini agency really within the business, and where we see, talking to others as well, for our business is like how best to assist that. Because I work with Exertis, for example, and we have lots of conversations, and there is some good people there. They're not making it up. There's fairly good ideas. But I do think they can't deliver quite what an agency like we can, because we're just so much more on the cutting edge of what you need to deliver. Yeah.
Well, the metrics things change so quick, don't they?
Yeah.
So like if you're not in it every day and it's not all you're looking at all the time, in a week you'll get left behind and you're like, oh my gosh, something else has changed and what I was doing before doesn't work and now I don't know what I'm doing.
It's content as well, like filming like this, editing high quality content, and then running ads and knowing how to run the ads. We squeeze a lot out of.
You need a cameraman that's not going to fall over the cable.
Yeah, he may or may not have fallen over earlier. He's really disappointed. He will beat himself up about that for a little while.
Yeah, because we won't let him forget about it for ages.
Yeah. Well, he's on a YTS scheme, isn't he?
Yeah, so. He's only on temporary. He's temporary.
We talk about that high quality content though that we obviously do here, but like we've spoken about before as well, like the low quality stuff still does and will always do.
I think
well
John needs to get on do you know what, John?
I'm
right?
not on TikTok.
No, listen. If you'd have
all vinted.
I love vinted. Don't. I've got
Facebook.
I've got an addiction. It's a problem.
Listen, I think if you'd have done this job, started this job now, like you were 28.
I'd be on Dragon's Den, is what you're telling me.
No, I'm not saying that. Maybe you
TikTok
would.
Influencer.
But you would have had to have put your phone in your face at times to build. Like if you had to start those or work in those jobs, but you did it starting now, your career all over again. You're 22 again. You would have to be on a camera.
I agree.
You'd have to be talking to your customers. You'd have to be putting videos. Like I've just been to see. I'm out for dinner with these. We're talking that has to happen now, and I think it's really hard to do that if you were not prepared to put yourself out there.
A really good example of it.
But you'd have done it.
Yeah, I would have. Of course I would.
You wouldn't give a shit.
A really good example, to be fair, is Cameron, who was in here earlier shooting a podcast.
Yeah.
We shoot, a business-focused podcast for him.
Yeah.
And I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, he came in so we could film all of the teaser content for launching this podcast. And we did loads of stuff with him sat on the sofa, and he's introducing himself and the podcast, who he is, what it's about, why people should listen, some teasers for upcoming episodes. But then at the same time, he's also on his phone doing low quality behind the scenes stuff, being like, oh, look where I am, guys, almost teasing the teaser content because he knows that he needs a nice polished version. He does understand it a lot, but also wanted the behind the scenes stuff that comes out quicker and is almost more authentic than him sitting here with a camera
like I could be like sitting down with John and on my phone and put that on LinkedIn, and we get a load of impressions with the people we know, and they'd be interested. Do you know what I mean? Yes. But they'd be interested in what we're doing.
And then actually, when they saw the polished content,
it might not be as interesting. But they might not be as interested when it goes out polished. That's the reality. They go,
but if you do both and they recognise it and go, "Oh, I remember they said they were going to talk about this. Actually, I'll listen to that now."
So, Ollie,
just to interrupt. I think what's interesting me speaking to obviously both you and what Evo Media does, and I can't talk on behalf of Exertis or obviously other disties, but from CI Distribution's perspective, we do marketing, but it's channel.
Yeah.
We focus on the channel because that's obviously our customer base.
Yeah.
But the beauty of what I've seen now with Evo Media, you can touch so many different parts of that end user cycle, consumer. And it also doesn't matter on the product, does it?
No, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter now.
No.
You know, the way that marketing has gone from a consumer perspective, you're right. Mm-hmm. It's all social media now.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're doing tables, IT, microphones, whatever.
Yeah, we sell these.
Yeah.
We market these as well.
It's like how quickly can you get people to buy into your story, isn't it? And what we've actually started seeing happening is people will start on social media for their brand before their brand even really exists and bring people on the journey of them creating the brand.
Yes.
Because then actually before they've even got a product, people have bought into it and go, oh, actually when they do bring something out, I want to be one of the first ones to have it.
Yeah, we did a podcast about that, and it was all makeup and clothing related, and I knew all of it. I knew all the brands, John. It's fully up on it. You can check
that was
that
me
one
and
out.
AJ.
That's
We
4,
went off on
I
a bit of
think.
a tangent, didn't we?
So yeah, we can
Just
do
another interruption.
Go on.
Sorry again. But just going on the back end of that.
He's interviewing me now. See, this is what happens.
It's not nice, is it?
I don't
You
mind
do it
moving
all the
John. It's
time.
nice when John does it. It's fine.
But just to highlight my thoughts on what you've done, one of the things for all the viewers to look at is you've done a lot of work with Rapid Fusion.
Yeah.
And some of the work you've done on that, especially the videos, I think is fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
I encourage-
John. John.
Oh, is it?
Wes.
Wes. Okay.
John. Where's John? Yeah.
So I encourage the viewers to look at the work that Evo Media have done with Rapid
Yeah,
Fusion, because that's really good. And I want to come to you now.
Yeah, you can promote us, John, to everyone you know. Yeah, no, I think it's good in business to do that as well, right? We're definitely a trusted outlet. If you come to us, you get good work, and it's warts and all. So it's not selling like fallacies. Like, look, we can do this.
Yeah.
This is how long it will take, but it will work because we know it works.
Yeah.
And most of my career I've been in sales, but we've had the agency nearly 10 years. And I've worked with marketing departments or people for 18 years. So it's quite a long time. And knowing what moved the needle for the sales was like, right, okay, when we did that, that made more money over here, then that works. So there's a lot of knowledge there to share. And being from the channel, if it's a technical related product, like that's why Rapid Fusion's been such a breeze really for the team, because we do so much technical brands as well.
Yes.
Not just we do things from cups to all sorts. There's lots.
Yeah.
We've worked with some really interesting people along the way, and I think a product's a product. The principles all apply. You're just reaching a different audience, and they want to be spoken to slightly differently.
Something for me that's really nice with Rapid is because I've worked with kind of like tech engineering companies before and been kind of in-house marketing there. And you get to startups like that, and 90% of the time they don't believe in marketing. And you're just there because they know that they need a marketing person, and there's not really a budget, but they just want a bum on the seat. And you have to be the person that does everything in marketing. And we know that unicorn doesn't exist. There is no one that can do that. But then coming here and having Jake, and because he has the agency, when you then start marketing for Rapid, like you getting it completely and understanding the value in it and understanding how important it is and not hitting a barrier every time you try and do something is so important. And I think that's why it will go far, because from where we stand with it at its core, we understand that marketing it is important.
The brand's
and a lot of people don't
But that
see
resonates in the work that you've done with them. Like you can see it.
Yeah.
Especially on the videos that you've done.
And because we're allowed to do so much and we're allowed to get so passionate about it, the work then really shines because we care way more.
Passion.
No passion, no point.
Give so much time to that brand because
we
we love
do.
it.
I mean, it's and it's anyone who wants to see what we do and how the work looks like. Obviously, Rapid Fusion's on LinkedIn. A lot of the content's there. We've also got a YouTube channel. There is a podcast for Rapid Fusion as well.
There is.
But yeah, I think the market's changed in terms of marketing, and I think high quality content is king on the right topics, not just for the sake of it. Like how many times you get handed a spec sheet for a product, they send you a spec sheet, that ain't going to sell it off the page, you know what I mean? And that's the challenge, is going from a great product with a great spec to something that somebody wants to buy. There's a bit in between that I think brands miss.
The video, I like the videos you do. That gauges my interest.
Yeah, because you're looking to buy a robot 3D printer, aren't you?
Always.
Yeah. You'll have 3. Don't know what to do with them. They'll just be in your garden. Yeah. So I think we talked a little bit about Enter, but I think it's more important to talk about the new team, which is some of the old team. But it's CI.
It's the new team, but it's an old team.
So how did you put that together? What happened? Got a little bit, short but long, whatever you want to call it.
Short but sweet. So the owner of CI Distribution, it's obviously part of CI Group, Enterprise International. The owner is Rafael Isaac, very well known
Yeah.
figure within the industry, love him to bits. He was after me for a number of years, saw the opportunity to strike again when I left Exertis. That time I caved in, and it was a good decision, without question. Gave me the project of growing CI distribution. It was a very small team, good lads, all of them are still with the business today, 9 years later. And, that's Mark, Patrick and Ian. Ian left me for a bit and then to Zebrin, came back. He did the right thing.
We have this sometimes.
Yes. So that was the core of the distribution business, representing Panasonic Toughbook products. Yeah, rugged devices with tablet and laptop. And they were doing a grand job. And, we were setting the light, the world alight, but, it was doing a number, a couple of million a year. And, I seized that. It had one brand, and we've now grown that out. I set up a new team, which you've referred to a couple of years later in Telford. And I took, I can't remember now, 4 or 5 old Entertech staff.
Yeah.
Some of the viewers, if they're following me, they'll recognise the likes of Richard Powell and Howard Barnes, Ian Gallogly and Darren Perks, Ben Davis, John Traherne. We've had, and those guys, have come through the business. And the Telford office today alone brings in, up to £30 million a year now, and that's purely focusing on gaming devices.
And what was nice about that, and one of the things that we have in common, is that you brought back, obviously, Enter for what had its. You can look up Enter, but it had a bad ride at the end. But the team that built it originally were really good, and I think there was some dodgy dealings, and the business had to fold. Or it got bought out, whatever the story is. But the guys there that you worked with, you circled back round and went, actually, these are really good guys. I want to work with them again. And you offered them all jobs and really employed, I guess, anybody that you would have come, you've taken on, and they're in the 100%. Business and they're all working there now. And you've worked with Darren before and after, and Ian, it's got to be 20 odd years.
And the rest.
Yeah.
Dare I say it? I don't know if Darren will forgive me for this, but I think he's only ever worked for me, really.
Yeah. I think he did, because he got his degree.
Yeah.
And then he came, did he say he did? He went and got his degree in business. Or did he do it while he was there? He might have even been doing it while he was there.
He did his degree.
And then he came to Enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's stayed ever since.
But that's like, we use that word integrity though, right? Like the business went, it wasn't anything to do with you, but you've circled back and built something and brought them back in, which is...
Yeah, well, I had an they were, some of them were out of a job. So, I took the opportunity, again, to speak to Rafi to say, look, I've got this distribution business that you want me to grow, focusing on rugged, but with my background and my experience, as you know, is gaming.
Yeah.
And I've got an opportunity to potentially do that and grow that and add that to the Disty number. I need to set up a new team in Telford. And
of all places.
And
sunny Telford.
Yeah. And Rafi, smoked a cigarette or two on the deck and decided, let's do it.
Brilliant. And it's going really well, right?
Yeah, going really well.
Yeah.
It's been
tougher at the moment in the market.
It's a tough market.
Yeah.
It's a tough market, but the way that we operate, the way that we trade, the way that we deal with our business, especially in both areas. In fact, in the consumer team, the Telford team that do gaming, we have a core set of customers that buy off us regularly every week. They won't go to the disties. The way that we manage them is different. Yeah. It is old school. I'm not just saying,
No, I've seen it. I've seen it. It's really clever because you're.
I won't go into too much detail the way that we do it.
No, but you're almost the staff of the reseller, aren't you? You're almost giving them extra resource.
100%.
Don't give the secret sauce away, but it is very, very good. It is very good. It is old school, yeah.
It's old school.
It's what what you should do, but it really
what you should do. That's what a manufacturer would expect us to do.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen in Disneyland.
No, it doesn't, no.
That's lost.
I know that. I know that, yeah. I've seen enough of that.
And the same with the rugged team. That business is very stable. It is pretty recession proof. So, it does, it goes well.
Well, thank you, John, for a number of things. But
do you want to list them?
Yeah.
No, joking.
Have we got time?
That day you did that. No, thank you for joining us and having
Loved
a bit
it.
of a chat. And look forward to seeing this one go out and sharing it with everyone and continually working together, in the future and being friends for a long time.
Always.
Yeah. So thank you very much, mate.
And thank you, and Becca. Thank you.
Cheers.
No, thank you.
you.